Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about why we can't wake people up, and this is probably the hardest part of the whole process for me. I mean, it's agonising. Watching people you know and love just refuse to see what you can see as clear as day. And there's several things I've noticed. Firstly, people who are awake, who are actively trying to wake others up, most of them are in a low vibrational state. And if you go to my last video, I talk about this, how people have gone out of one cult and then straight into another fear-based cult. And it's not coming across well. And they're approaching people in the street and shouting at them for wearing one of the face muzzles. They're shouting at people for getting these. They're coming from a place of fear, and no one wants to interact with someone who is approaching them in an aggressive manner. And it also comes across as very arrogant, and it looks as if we think we're right about everything and everyone else is wrong. And there's nothing, I hate nothing more than that, than people who are unwilling to hear others' views because they think they're right and everyone else is wrong. I hate that. And that's how it's coming across. People are approaching this in completely the wrong way. And I realised very early on that it was not my job to wake others up, as hard as it was. And I'm still planting seeds now and getting no response. But planting seeds is the best way. You've got to do it subtly. You can't. If you unload the full truth, it could be actually dangerous for you, because they're going to think you've gone completely nuts. And it's going to backfire. It won't only not work, it might actually push them further away from accepting the truth, okay? We have to give trust and faith to the fact that what's happening right now is a very well designed process that is getting people to think and see the truth for themselves. We cannot show others. They have to see it for themselves. And this links to, I think, the biggest law in this universe, which is the law of free will. And if you're trying to force people to believe a certain thing, you're interfering with their free will, individual choice. If they haven't made that conscious decision to wake up, you're interfering with that, and so it's going to backfire. And there is something called an ego, which I've talked about quite a lot, and that is there often to protect people, because to see certain things like the truth is quite traumatic. And so when you hear all this fear-based stuff, which is partly true, a wall goes up. And people don't want to hear it. They would rather, they like the feeling of the curtain, of being in the Matrix. They'd much prefer that. And so it's got to be done step by step. And this is what we're seeing now worldwide. There's a gentle reversal of the narrative. You cannot expect people to wake up overnight and just change their view. Essentially, you're asking them to believe in the exact opposite of what they've always believed in. And that you can't expect people to do that overnight or in a split second. It's going to take a bit of time. And so there's this psychological operation taking place, I think. It's as clear as day to me when I look at what's going on, where they're drip feeding the truth, and people may not be picking up on it consciously, but it's going into the subconscious. They're using the bad guys' techniques against them. And so this is not a process that's going to happen overnight. So they're getting people to a stage where they're going to be more willing to accept the truth, because I think next year we're going to get full disclosure. That's my feeling. I could be wrong. I don't like to give dates, but I just feel that it's coming. And there's still far too many who are asleep, and we need to stop trying to force them, because we're not doing ourselves any favours, and we're pushing them further away. Give trust and faith to the fact that people will wake up. And this is a process that is designed to do that.